Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It is time for me to school our next guest in the game of football.
So excited for this. I am a proud season ticket holder. Bobby Lenarduzzi joining us, president of Vancouver Whitecaps FC, to talk about the kickoff to the MLS season.
Hello.
Matt.
The kickoff to the MLS season is finally here. How excited are you and the team?
Very, very excited. 2 years ago, we were awarded the franchise, and it seemed like it was going to take forever to get here.
Yeah.
And now it's here, and there's a little bit of anxiety, actually. We're thinking, are we ready? I believe we are, but you
there's
never
no
know.
turn back.
No, there's no turning back.
But you guys, I mean, you ended up in such a weird situation with stadiums, and you know, you can never anticipate what's going to happen, but I mean, there's been a lot of crazy stuff happening.
Yeah, and the fact that you're actually transitioning in your first year from one stadium to another, that's not exactly ideal. But what we're trying to do is make it work, and people like yourself, the season ticket holders, have been very accommodating and understand that there's going to be some hiccups along the way. But my belief is that when people come to watch us on March the 19th, they're going to see a unique sporting experience. And because ideally we'll get the group behind the goal, the Southsiders, and that will expand along the back. We need another few thousand of those, though. So that's going to be interesting to see how that all unfolds. But the stadium itself, we just want people to come and just be wowed and want to come back themselves, and then the people that are watching on television.
Of course, you're playing at Empire for the first little while. Everybody can see the construction going on in BC Place. It's nonstop. When is it projected to be ready now?
We are going to be there in early October. We'll only play 3 of our league games at, and hopefully a few playoff games at BC Place. But it's great because we conclude our stay at Empire against Seattle, and we open in BC Place against the Sounders. So that whole Northwest rivalry.
Well, and Seattle, Portland, and of course Toronto this year, and then Montreal next year. I mean, there's some beautiful built-in rivalries in the MLS, I think, for the Whitecaps.
Absolutely. And we were down in Seattle this past weekend. We staged what's called the Cascadia Cup between Portland, ourselves, and Seattle. And the atmosphere, even though it was a much smaller venue, the atmosphere was fantastic. The Seattle team, the supporters have done everything right. If you're looking to start up a franchise, you need to study what they've done, and we actually have, and they've been very good about sharing their best practices.
Their fans have been incredible as well. And we've got the Southsiders, which I love about this because it gives some history to people that are maybe just coming to the Whitecaps or coming back to the Whitecaps for the MLS. But it gives some depth to it, and some, the songs, the chants, the things that they've created over time.
Like I said, we just need to get a few more thousand of them now, because that's what really makes the atmosphere behind the one goal. And if you go to a match at Quest Field, there's 7,000-8,000 people in unison chanting away, jumping up and down, and it's like, how did that happen?
Which is what soccer is all about.
Well, that's exactly why I refer to the fact in North America there is not another interaction similar between the spectators and the game itself. And so I think we've got a great chance to really differentiate ourselves.
Well, we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of some of the players and stuff and the specifics of the team. But for you, a man who is so connected to football and to soccer in this city, this has just got to be a very special time. I mean, NASL and the Whitecaps originally, and you've always stuck with it. So to see it come back to that peak and that pinnacle and the level that it should be on has got to be such a personal, pleasurable moment for you.
Nicely described.
I think so.
It really is. I thought I'd seen the best of professional soccer in this city with the original Whitecaps. In the heyday of the club, we were getting 28,000 people a game at Empire Stadium. Won a soccer bowl, came back to 100,000 people in downtown Vancouver. But my belief is that was lightning in a bottle. It kind of came and it went so fast. 5-year ascent, 5-year descent. This is going to stay. MLS have done a great job of establishing a base of teams. And if you look at all the new franchises that have come in from Toronto on, all of them are literally selling out. And next year Montreal will come in, that'll make it 19. And then there will be a 20th, and there's talk of, believe it or not, the New York Cosmos reviving. Well, in fact, they've revived, and Pele's behind it. So if that happens and they're the 20th team, that would be unbelievable.
I want the Whitecaps to beat them again.
To beat them again,
Okay,
exactly.
let's talk about some of the players. First of all, we've got Jay DeMerit. Tell us a little bit about him.
The captain.
Jay DeMerit has been named the captain. He played at the World Cup last summer for the Americans. They got to the quarterfinals. Unlucky not to get to actually the semifinals. They lost to Ghana at that stage, but he played in every game for them. 30 years old, comes to us at I think the prime of his career. What he'll bring to us is he's a solid player. He's from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Packers fan, has that mentality about him. Like he comes to work every day.
How important is that position for a new franchise like this
Captain?
and a new team going into MLS?
Big time. Because he will be, and he has embraced it. He's very extroverted. Good-looking guy too. The ladies.
I didn't want to mention.
No.
Well,
I did.
Well, Bobby.
Bob and I will talk about that. Jay is a good-looking guy. You're right about that.
Did you want to weigh in there?
Agree.
Okay, thank you.
I'll agree.
That's
Not
just
that we
an aside.
objectify soccer players. That would be stupid. But what an experience that he does have that pedigree of being to the World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely.
And his story is incredible. He's the Rocky Balboa of soccer. He went to England with his boots in his bag. That was about it. Yeah. Lived in almost poverty. Got a tryout with an 8th division team. 2 years later, he's at Wembley scoring the winning goal to take Watford to the Premiership.
Wow.
Unbelievable stuff.
Okay, let's talk about Eric Hasili.
Yeah, new signing for you guys.
Yes, just was with him today. We actually introduced him to the media. He arrived last night. 6'4", big target man, big guy, and will play a role for us that ideally we'll play balls into him. He'll play other people in. We need him to score some goals. Don't want to put too much pressure on him, but that's something that.
Well, and that was from?
He's from France, but he's been playing in the Swiss league for FC Zurich.
Yeah, and he's an important piece of the puzzle. You guys have lots of speed up front and some great ball handling, but you didn't have that really big body necessarily.
No, we were looking for someone that could fill that role, and it's a difficult one because you have to catch players at the right stages of their contract. He actually will be a free transfer in the summer, but it was really important for us to get somebody in quickly. Yeah. He played for the club for a number of years, and they had said to him, "Look, you've been a good servant, so we'll let you make the move." And ironically enough, he scored 4 goals in his last 3 games for them.
Nice.
And left just before they were playing the Cup final this weekend, and they lost 3-0. So he's feeling a little bit badly about it.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, what about Omar Salgado?
Oh, Omar Salgado, at 17 years old. 17-year-old, our first draft pick. And here you see him scoring.
This is goal in Seattle, right?
Scoring on the weekend. Yeah, took it well. And he's someone that, he's 6'4" already. He's got a lot of filling out to do still. But
17 years old and he's that good.
He's that good. And then there's been reports recently of Arsenal having him on their radar screen. We don't want him to know that. We don't want him for his head to swell.
Good thing you're not talking about that, Mark.
Well, that's right. That's right. I'm going to make sure he doesn't watch this. But
he's actually not allowed to play MLS, right?
No, unfortunately, there's a rule that we've got caught in the middle of that really shouldn't apply because we're in MLS. But the rule is it's as simple as you can't go from one country to another under 18 years of age. And so we've got caught there. But we're actually applying to FIFA for an exemption. September. So that's when he'll play.
But you're
really
applying for an
quick, Joe
exemption.
Cannon, last but not least.
Joe Cannon, yes. Joe Cannon is a 2-time MLS MVP, 35 years old, and that's young for a goalkeeper. Coming off of an ankle injury last year, but very solid keeper. But as important, just a great team guy. He has the ability to sit in the room with the guys, and it's great. When we had our training camp in Arizona, one of the nights, Joe Cannon and Jay DeMerit said, "Guys, we're going out tonight," and took them out, and it wasn't what you think it was. It wasn't a lot of beer. Took them out, and they just sat around, and the younger guys asked questions about MLS, and they were pretty forthcoming about what you need to do.
Well, and from what I've read and some of the interviews he's given, he doesn't necessarily disabuse people of the notion that goalies are a little bit off.
Loopy, That's a little bit crazy. Yeah, they're loopy. They're either really, really extroverted, or they keep to themselves. But you know what all of them love to do?
When you play
no, maybe maybe they do. When you have your little five-a-side games, your scrimmages at training, they all want to be center forwards. They all want to score. Yeah.
Not funny. Bobby, thank you so much.
So excited.
Thank you.
And if you want to check out the Whitecaps games, of course, all you have to do is go to their website.
Yeah, preseason match versus Colorado Rapids. Oh, I hate those guys on March 12th. And the season home opener for MLS versus Toronto FC. Oh, I hate those guys at Empire Field on March 19th, 3:30 p.m. This is going to be an incredible experience for sports fans in Vancouver. And
Thanks
thank
again,
you for
Bobby.
doing
Thank
such
you,
a great
guys.
job, Bobby. Always a pleasure.